I think the way we need to play going forward, that 4-3-3, maybe against certain teams, it may work. We need to change that system. We need to play a
Mm.
diamond. VS need to be at the tip of that diamond, and we need to play two forwards. Now, with Salah, Salah can play as a forward, but obviously it will kind of still have that bias to go on the right hand side. But what we don't want Salah to do is to track him back the fullback. We don't want him doing that. So we
Why
need to
not?
play diamond for other. Well, because that's not his strength. It's
But
not even
we have to
whether.
adapt. We've been playing better.
No,
I
we
mean,
have no,
it sucks for me to admit, but we're playing better football without him.
no. I think we could play good football with him as well because with Salah, I believe he's still a goal scorer and he still score goals. He needs to adapt his game. What we need to get him to do is occupy the centre half. So we play two forwards, we play VS behind them and three midfield players. Because we don't want VS also doing all the donkey walk and running back and doing all that stuff. Play the three midfielder behind him. Play Viet in front of him so you can link everything together, and then you play the two forwards. So if it's gonna be, it could be Ekatike and Salah, or it could be Ekatike and Gakpo. So when Gakpo plays, he'll have more bias on the left hand side, but then Ekatike will play through the middle. And when Isaac comes back, then you still have to play. You still have the two forwards. You can mix and match. But I think we need to play the three midfield players and let VS just roam around and control the game from there, rather than him when VS is one of the three forwards, three midfield players, he still has that responsibility of having to do some of the work that you don't really want him to do. You want him to conserve his energy for when we attack and get him to do. You still no, don't get me wrong. Viet is still a hardworking player. He will still get back, but you want the solidity of the three behind him to do a lot of the getting back and just let him give him that freedom. And with Salah, Salah can still go score goals. He can still do that work. If he's not chasing the fullback, he can occupy the center. They've got two center halves normally. He can occupy one of the center halves. So they won't be taking advantage of the fact that he doesn't have the legs to keep running up and down the wing anymore. But in terms of him getting the football in the opposition half, creating chances and getting chances to score, he can still do that. So and if you look at him, and if let's say we play two forwards and you play Ekatike, you want to play one alongside Ekatike, I still think Gakpo still has a lot to prove. I will play Salah alongside Ekatike because you can guarantee Salah getting more goals for you than Ekatike than Gakpo right now.
You, you
So
also you also don't want you also don't want Salah and Frimpong occupying the same spaces on the field. Frimpong's coming into some form
exactly, yeah,
now, and you want him causing trouble on the right. That's exactly where
yeah,
Salah was, but Salah was
yeah.
losing effectiveness there. So let Frimpong do what he's good at there. Frimpong's not a great defender. Let him attack. Let him cause trouble, and bring Salah slightly more into the middle
Yeah,
of the
but
park.
right now we don't have a choice but to play Frimpong right back. We don't have a right back anymore.
That's
Bradley's
right.
out.
That's right. Yeah.
Probably gonna
So
probably gonna play
so
Against
Gomez.
Burnley, I
yeah,
think Frimpong is good at right back against Burnley. To be honest, if we
yeah,
get
because
up
we
and
don't
down.
have a choice. We can't afford to put Sabozalai back there. We just can't. We
No,
need
I
that
don't want us to
midfield
do that.
presence. So, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Salah fan. I have a Salah jersey, and I don't. I'm not the one to say that, oh, he's out of form, he shouldn't play and all of that, but he has to adapt. He has to adapt his game. Even
Mm.
before, when he was out of form, quote unquote, I don't think he was out of form. I think he was just allowing the game to go through other people. He's not, it's one of those players where I tend to get like that too when I was playing. And when I feel like the team is playing through other people, I don't get active as much as I would if I know that I'm needed for something. So when
Right.
he had the ball, is not taking people on with the full verve that he would before. The yeah, after the and then you notice, I don't know if anybody else did, but I did. After the benching, the game after he benched, that was the old Salah. That was the Salah that
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
needed. That was the
Yeah.
Salah
You're
this
right.
team needed. The Salah that would work. He was going
Yeah.
back. He was defending. Even the
It
commentator
was. It was.
noticed that, like, oh, look at Salah coming back. That's the Salah we needed. We just needed to feed his ego in a way to make him feel like, dude, you're still wanted. The team is not going through
Mhm.
words. It's not going through Isaac. It's not going through whoever. You are still the man on this team. But we can't flat out say that. We can't say that, bro. You just get your stuff together. But that benching, I think, was a statement, and I think the way Arne handled that earned him a lot of respect. right? So the Salah
Yeah,
that came right after the benching was the Salah we needed. He could have had 3 assists that game. He could have had 2 goals by himself. He was
yeah,
unselfish to give Naka the ball. He gave Gakpo a
yeah,
ball that he skied. He gave, he was active. That's the Salah we
yeah,
need. But how long
yeah.
is he
But
going to do that when he gets back? Is he going to buy into it? We need him to buy into it for
I
that
think,
formation to be successful.
I think
Okay.
Salah is still a brilliant finisher. We need to not play him. If you look at players of his status, well, of his caliber, right? At that age, he can't be playing that position where he's running up and down. We need to
No,
get him
he
to
can't. I don't need
drop
him to. I
into
just need him to be active, more active than he was when he
exactly.
when he was
So
out of form.
yeah,
Mm.
so him being active means playing in a different position. He still be active, but he'll be more productive in where we need him to. He's still a brilliant assist maker. He's still a brilliant goal scorer. We need to get him to use that energy in the right area. He'll still run back. He'll still move around a lot. But I just think that we don't want him up and down the wing. We got a Frimpong to do that job, whether he plays as a right back or as a right wing or whatever. He's going to manage. He's going to manage up and down the right side for us. Let Salah tuck in, lay people in, set people up, he still be good. So I think the options are coming. They're kind of coming back for us now. With Salah coming back, Gakpo getting fit, Ekatike coming back, with Viet, all the other midfield players are still, they've been doing okay.